Exciting health benefit to the students of Holy Kabbalah, Chapter 1. In this chapter, you will learn what should be your priority before embarking on the study and practices related to scientific spirituality. Unfortunately, this has been omitted by almost all the outstanding expert whose work I have studied for reasons I do not have to explain to you. However, I will give you reasons for my own decision as one that has spent the greater part of his life as a passionate student of the Kabbalah. The whole chapter is about health and how sufficient attention to it can make a difference between success and failure in getting what you want from the ancient wisdom of the Kabbalah. It is indeed a reflection of what student of the Kabbalah should do today. Why good health is absolutely necessary for success in scientific spirituality. My profound knowledge about the Kabbalah derived from my study of what Kabbalists have written, which shows that they have not paid enough attention to nutrition and diet, as seen in the first 3 chapters of Genesis in the Bible. After creating man, the first thing our Creator did was to place him in a garden full of all he needed for his feeding and survival, to prepare him for the fulfillment of whatever purpose the Creator had for him. When a baby is born, the first thing that is usually done is to ensure that there is life in that baby, who normally cry to indicate the need for the first thing that will make him live. That was exactly what the Creator did. We cannot talk about creation without also talking about what will sustain the created. That has appeared to me to be something that writers and the Kabbalah would have done before going into the process that will enhance and promote whatever will make possible any attainment the living soul is destined to reach as a goal. The Holy Kabbalah, as scientific spirituality, cannot be complete without enough guidance on how to treat the body created for efficiency in the accomplishment of divine plan. To me, it is indeed a misplacement of priority, not to also discuss the steps needed to help the body function efficiently for the behavior necessary in the great work. It is true that there is a great deal of discussion in the public space about nutrition and lifestyle necessary for success in almost all spheres of life. But the fact remains that every occupation or profession functions better if it is tailored to promote efficiency of the specific part of the body required for proper functioning. Scientific spirituality is not an exception in the general rule. Recent medical studies have shown convincingly that all behavior is the product of the biochemistry of the body. Unfortunately, the importance of these research findings is not sufficiently appreciated by those who made this discovery. Otherwise, the world today would have devoted enough time and space to it to rein the consciousness of humanity to the point of making it a priority that has the effect of making the world a better place by solving most of the challenges contributing to the chaos and order, undesirable vices or evils, enjoying free reign all over the world today. Thus, it has become our most precious gift to humanity to highlight this new knowledge in the hope that the world will be stimulated to do the right thing for evolving humanity. Having given enough explanation to buttress our argument for including dietary or nutritional tips in a book devoted to a holy mental treatise, let us now make progress. Why health is the #1 interest in most industrialized countries of the world? Why health being the foremost determinant of success in every human activity? This is obvious because every action is preceded by thought before the limbs or organs are involved. The brain is actually the executive director of everything in the process. Scientific spirituality, being a mental process in the main, must therefore depend on efficient brain function for his activities. Also, even purely spiritual issues most rely on organs of the body to produce required result. This then takes us directly to nutrition, backed by lifestyle and emotions, to bring about the effect you want to create in exercising spiritual powers. A healthy body and a healthy mind create a high level of efficiency in whatever we do. Determinants and factors for health status. What to do to remain in good health. 1. Fasting and dieting. Fasting here is now what we call intermittent fasting, which requires going without consuming any nutrients containing calories for a number of hours, during which only water may be taken because of its lack of calorie in it, and for maintaining the body's requirements of fluid. This means also that in a 24-hour period, you go without food for between 12 and 18 hours. We suggest that you follow the recommendation made by Brian Johnson, which you can find in the YouTube too. Healthy heredity. Healthy heredity is usually the longevity gen inherited from the previous generation of the family, which can be improved upon through adherence to modern research finding, as already mentioned. That is why members of the same family tend to look alike, behave alike, and may even inherit both the good and the bad traits of the previous generations, including good health and other defects or benefits that go within a family tree. Thus, an offspring may display the traits found in parents, grandparents, or even great-grandparents. 3. Diet or food has played such an important role in the living conditions of humans that we are often described as products of what we eat. Humans who consume similar food most of the time tend to behave alike to show that we are what we eat. Sometimes, humans who indulge in eating a particular kind of meat from aggressive animals may exhibit aggressive behavior like the animals whose meat they have eaten regularly. 4. Environment. Environment plays such an important part in the life of every human that it can only be compared with diet or placed after diet in terms of what affects the behavior and health of all those who live in proximity with each or one another. Once you change your environment to a new one, there is that tendency that your health status and behavior would be similar to those in your new environment, depending on how long you have been in that environment and whether you have formed the habit of eating the food that is produced. 5. Lifestyle. Relevant to the previous determinants is lifestyle, which has to do with the deeper effects of environmental influence, heredity, and diet. This has to do with the way you live, your tastes, the way you interact with others. Either you are influenced by them or you influence them. Lifestyle has also to do with the habit you have formed as a result of your likes and dislikes. 6. Personality type. Personality type, sanguine, choleric, melancholy, and phlegmatic, actually has more to do with genetic disposition than any other factor. It is specific to your inborn character or behavior, especially as it affects your daily interaction with others. It also has to do with your blood type, which we are not considering in this discussion because of its magnitude. 7. Age and gender. All the determinants we have discussed here, as you can see, are related, but age and sex are among the most important determining factors. As you grow, you become vulnerable to certain aspects of ill health, depending on your sex and how old you are. For example, the bodies of a young person of 35 years are usually more resistant to certain ailments than those of a 75-year-old person's, because of what is usually called the laws of personal identities and immunity to disease by the body in the growing process. 8. Ignorance. Ignorance, as a determinant, is obvious to most people because not knowing what to do, not to do, how to do, or when to do certain things can be the cause of failure in achieving success in every activity of life. That you are this book for your daily health practice is indicative of your desire to overcome ignorance in matters about your health. Thank you for doing so. A healthy body in a healthy mind. In the past, I have made much stress on the need for everyone to have a highly developed physical body to make it as fit as a fiddle for enabling other function of the body to perform well, such as the mental part, which should be balanced, and emotionally stable. Stable enough to power the spiritual aspect. All this depended on adequate exercise and nutrition, sufficient exercise, sleep, and rest, as well as a well-coordinated mental status, which depend on the mind and emotion. From what have been said so far, it is easy to see how health plays a very important role in any scientific spirituality and a definite improvement in how we manage our complex world today. My desire here is not to make student of scientific spirituality health expert, but to show how health is of primary importance for success in every aspect of life. Specifically, glands like the pineal, pituitary hypothalamus, thyroid, thymus, adrenal or cortisol, solar plexus, and gonads, which secrete hormones so much necessary in spiritual work, must be sufficiently nourished to perform at peak efficiency. Thus, when this glands do not perform at their optimum, we should not be surprised if our sixth sense does not release the required information for tackling the problems of life outside our five unreliable senses, which are, in any way, the controlling senses in our day-to-day activities, because they often depend on our unreliable environment for their functions. All that has been said so far can be summarized as the need for us to 1. Choose our diet with caution and prepare it for consumption with equal caution, while exercising the same caution, while taking into our body, while consuming it, making sure it is properly masticated before swallowing to aid digestion. 2. Exercise our body with guardians from experts to promote free circulation of blood in the body and improve functions of various parts of the body to support the thinking and other similar processes. 3. Sufficient sleep of between 6 and 8 hours a night, necessary for the body to recuperate after daily activities in preparation for the following day. 4. Relaxation and meditation to give the body more opportunity to recharge itself at the end of each day as an adjunct to sleep for completing the work that may not has been sufficiently done by sleep. You can see from the preceding that nourishing the body and exercising the body came before others because of their importance in maintaining a healthy body, which support what has already been said by a healthy body in a healthy mind. You can see clearly that our inability to manage our world today is entirely our fault based on our poor values because of the confusion and complexity of modern life. This first chapter is intended to encourage you toward making health your number one interest, for therein lies your secret of success in everything you do in the world today, especially in matters concerning scientific spirituality. You cannot eat your cake and have it at the same time. You must arrange your daily activities in their order of priority as an imported guide for our daily living. We cannot say too much about it in the first chapter of this book that is a key to success in doing whatever is your calling today. In this first chapter, you have learned that your body must be sufficiently nourished to cope with the challenges that go with the study and practice of the exercises needed to succeed in scientific spirituality. You have also learned that the physical body should be in a proper state of fitness, which goes with mental balance and emotional stability. You have also learned the place of grant and how they secrete hormones for success in getting what you want from the ancient wisdom. You have already learned why good health is a determinant of success, not only in the study and practices related to Kabbalah, but in every aspect of life. Additional tips for success in scientific spirituality: eat a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and protein. Stay physically active. Walking, stretching, or light exercise helps. Keep the mind active. Reading, puzzles, or social interaction. Regular medical checkups for early detection of problems. Stay socially connected with family and friends. Get adequate sleep and manage stress.